This is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster, and this is a review of Aladdin. I went and saw the Aladdin remake. Yeah, first impressions were, well, the review might contain some, it's Aladdin. Yeah, first impressions were, it was sort of like watching a Disney Channel exclusive movie adaptation done as a movie by the former husband of Madonna, who has only done a few movies. I don't know why they got that guy to do a big budget Disney movie. Well, I thought that was a good idea. Yeah, I don't know. Hasn't been married to Madonna for years, but anyway, so yeah. Well, Rotten Tomatoes is giving it a fairly favorable, but still rotten review of 57 or so, 58. Which would be a little better than average. I wouldn't technically call that rotten, and I would say it was good. But yeah, 65, 70 on that score of 1 to 100. It's 3 stars. It's fine. It's 3 stars. Nostalgia Critic didn't like it. Stone Gremlins kind of liked it. And the visuals, some of the songs are fun. Some people are butthurt over the one song that plays a couple times in it that they added to it about the speechless thing, because they're misogynists and don't like the idea of a strong woman character in that time period. But it's a Disney movie, so get over it. Basically, yeah. So, there wouldn't be in that time period, but because it's a fiction story, it's not one of the original Arabian Nights tales anyway. Aladdin has been co-opted by the U.S. version been done several times by several different people. Disney was not the first to do it, although Disney's 1990s movie was with Robin Williams as the Genie was the benchmark for the Disney Renaissance at that point. One of them, yeah, that and Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid, and The Lion King, which they're remaking everything now, and The Little Mermaid's on the way. Yep, and The Lion King. The Kal Kat scene was in the movie was Raja, and also, although it wasn't really me, it was like it. Yeah. And also the Cave of Wonders. Haven to seek the diamond in the rough. But yeah. So yeah. So. You enter here. Yes. But so what they did with the songs was on a par with the stage play that they did at Disneyland years ago, and until around 2016 when they stopped doing it. We were at the last show in 2015, or one of the last shows. Maybe it went on for a few more months. But Mark's Cards and I were at the last show, and we will be returning to Disneyland in 2020 to go on the Star Wars experience, as well as the other stuff. Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge ride. We'll be there, but for now, to release Chimera and do other things, things. There's 24 books out on Amazon. Anyway, back to the novels. Back to the fan anime last week. Yeah, 600 some videos, not 700. I said 700 on the other review, and it's 600. Still a lot though. That's yeah. But the Aladdin movie, yeah, I keep distracted because it really, it's just there. It doesn't. It's not necessary. It takes interesting liberties with Arabia and makes it look more like an Indian Bollywood thing about halfway through, because half of them are Bollywood people. It's odd that they would cast Indians from India as Arabs, but Disney changed the opening song too, so why not? And some of the premise. The third act is kind of messy, but that's the act that's the most like the movie, actually. So I don't think it was that messy that it wasn't like the movie. The the yeah, the costuming is fine. The characters are fine. It's odd that they sort of beefed up some of the coloring so that they would look different. And yet Will Smith at times doesn't look right as the genie. Yes, that is one thing. But there's enough kinetic movement that you'd only notice that if you paused it. In the theater, it's not as uncanny valley as it looked from those awful paused pictures. And yeah, so as long as he was moving around and stuff, then it was like, yeah, it's not that bad. It's all right. It's just not. He's not Robin Williams. But I think Robin Williams would appreciate, the late Robin Williams would appreciate the idea of doing something like that, letting someone else do it. I don't think he would. The only thing he objected to was their commercializing the character. He didn't object to other people playing the character. I'm sure he would have said, well, if somebody else wants to play him. He would have known Will Smith back then. He said, okay, yeah. Maybe not his first choice, but but yeah, yeah, it's fine. Stone Gremlins, Brad Jones was objecting to Jafar's character, but a lot of them were kind of wooden, as you see, kind of wooden and a little too evil and not scary like the cartoon one. Well, they probably wanted to make him look less. They took liberties with that because they wanted to make him look less like. He looks a lot like the other characters. They didn't want to make it really obvious that. So, yeah, I can see why they changed that, but some of the other choices were odd. The premise, of course, is the Aladdin story with street rat character finds the lamp, the magic lamp, awakens the genie. The genie helps him out to disguise himself as a prince so he can go visit the princess. Some critics were objecting to the love at first sight thing, but Disney always does that. That's not really an objection, so I can tamp down half the objections. They were reviewing Mary Poppins Returns on that was a critic, and it's like do the same thing. It's like some of the things in here were trying to imitate the old one, and that's the same thing here. They were trying to imitate the old one, and sure, after school special, it was the carpet ride scene was fun. The street rat kid Aladdin running through the streets was fun. And there was really nothing wrong with the Speechless song. It reminded me of that song from The Showman. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it didn't throw it off. It's like, okay, it's completely unrealistic for 7th century Arabia, but then again, if it was accurate to 7th century Arabia, then they probably would have just, the minute she would have gone out of turn, the Sultan would have said, well, I don't care that you're my daughter. Execute her. And then Jafar would be like, ha ha ha. Jafar wouldn't get anywhere anyway, because he would also be executed. But but yeah, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, they were misogynistic back then, so they would have been all for that. Yeah, the guards didn't guard that palace very well either in the movie. Oh, well, it's still not awful. It's I'd probably watch the Godzilla movie again rather than watch this one immediately again. So yeah, around 65-70%, around roughly 3 stars. I'll be generous to it because I like the idea of it, but it's unnecessary. Like Mary Poppins Returns was kind of unnecessary. The Beauty and the Beast remake was unnecessary. It's not entirely, but that movie I forgave even more so because I was like, well, why did they? Even Emma Watson said, like, why did I think I could actually sing the part of Belle. It's like, yeah, she's not known for being a singer. That's all. but yeah, but in this one, the actress was a singer, or at least whoever they dubbed over the singer. I don't know. The Carpet Ride seems fine. There was another rendition at the end of the song. And Friend Like Me, there was a rap version of it, which wasn't bad. So, of course, in modern Disney movie, and it's Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, there was that one funny scene from the trailer where he's like, now, when you say Prince, you have to be specific here. And he's all like, and he's like the Fresh Prince. That was kind of funny. Yeah, that was funny. It's like, all right, that kind of works. You gotta be more specific now with that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do his a little bit California accent there. Yeah, not being specific now. Now, when you want to be the most powerful, you gotta be specific there. Just become a genie. Yeah, so phenomenal cosmic powers and itty bitty live in space. Yeah, so yeah, the Genie thing is, yeah, there's this weird sort of combination of India and Arabia and holding a Bollywood dance at the end. Because I guess the actress is a famous Bollywood actress. And I don't think she was in 3 on 2.0. But that would be funny. No, I don't think she was. She's in something else. Yeah, Disney again, at least kind of getting it right, but kind of not. Will Smith, or is he supposed to be 7th century Africa or something? Because that doesn't make sense. Not really. I mean, he's, no. Yeah. Yeah. Where are they? 7th or 8th century or something. Originally, the Sherazade tales were actually Sherazade tales, and they were Chinese, not Indian or Arabic. So, Aladdin was not really one of them anyway, so, yeah. Something like that. Anyways, something else. It was like a story attributed to the guy when it wasn't really what he is. The magic carpet thing there is something, though. There was the 40 Thieves is one of them. Yeah, so, but not the other one. So there's like this, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, it's fine. This is worth a rental, I guess. You can see it in theaters if you want. I don't know, but it's not not awful. It's entertaining, I guess. Yeah, about as entertaining in terms of the character development is a little better than the character development in the Godzilla movie. But just because the Godzilla movie doesn't really need to have much character development. In the Godzilla movie, you had the girl from Stranger Things. You had Eleven playing the kid, Millie Bobby Brown playing there. I gotta binge watch that show one of these days and do a review. Since it's short, the seasons are like short. Yeah. So, yeah. And she's no relation, by the way. But yeah. Sure. Fine. I wasn't that, like, it wasn't offensive in any way, really. Might be if I was like totally into that culture and like do anything about it. Other than that, I would be like, oh, what do you mean you can't do this Salt and Vizier thing in the same universe with Bollywood? That doesn't make sense. Well, I was like, So yeah, it's fine. Maybe they were heavily influenced by India. Maybe they're like a colony that's like right on the edge of India and yeah, how would that even work? Saudi Arabia is nowhere near India. Like topographically, it's South Middle Asia. How is that happening? No. Actually, the girl playing the lady playing the handmaiden in it, Diana or whatever, looks more like that part of the world, because she's from Iraq or Iran apparently, the actress, but raised here. Yeah, so she actually looks more the part. So that would be closer to, yeah, because you have Syria, and Iraq, and Iran, and you have Israel, Jordan, and all that over there. Then you keep going and you keep going and you eventually get to India. So yeah, past Africa and down. So yeah, anyway, I'd be going this way if I was watching it, but I'd be going that way if you were watching it. East, far east, or whatever. At least the carpet ride didn't cheesily show them in the middle of. Once it was at night, they didn't have it warp across the universe to the other side of the world and go to all of the other different parts. It sort of had some of that in there. Egypt was in there, and that would make sense. Syria and stuff. And well, I don't think they actually went to China in there. Maybe they did briefly, though. Maybe they have to. In which case, they would have been flying for thousands of miles with the carpet. Yeah, so. Yes, sure. It's fine. Will Smith did an okay job. He didn't ruin the movie. Yeah, and as I have said before, the CG was, although uncanny and odd, it didn't zoom in on it enough that you were, like, pulled out of the story. Unlike the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer, which does not look good. Yeah. All I have to do is make him look a little bit more cartoonish. Point his face. Well, they thought he should look more realistic, like something in The Secret Life of Pets. Yeah, that'll look good. Crossed with that Over the Hedge movie. It's like, no. I bet they had assets from Over the Hedge and The Wild, and they're like, oh, just paint it blue, no one will notice. No, they will notice. But no, Will Smith is, that didn't, yeah. Maybe they fixed it after the trailer, I don't know. But in the theater, it's not, it's a little uncanny, but it's not a deal breaker. So, yeah, go to see Aladdin. It's alright.